Okay, and good morning to the Mid-Fairfield Nation. Mid-Fairfield 2010 is set to play this morning against the Middlesex Islanders, an old EHF foe from years past. So we're going to set that up for you shortly. We've got some old coaches coming back for a visit. Coach J.P. Young making an appearance. So Mid-Fairfield, we'll set things up for you. Mid-Fairfield and the Islanders are playing a 3-game set this weekend. Yesterday, Chris Faich was in net for Mid-Fairfield. Mid-Fairfield giving up 2 quick goals in the first period and then settled down, but managed to poke one more through. So a final score was 2-1 for the Islanders. We okay now, Greg? Okay, so sorry about that, folks. We're having some technical difficulties. Joe Vellante in net, and the face-off win by the Islanders, who dump it over to Klingenstein, back to Schwarz. Schwarz looks cross-ice, tries to get it to Ludke's, thrown up into the boards. Turnover, but Mid-Fairfield is there. Heckel now up with the puck, looks for Ruff, unable to connect. Up into the corner go the Islanders and the Rangers. Out to Schwarz, who dumps it back in, but the Islanders are there for the pick. Schwarz tries to field it and is hammered into the boards by the Islanders player. Dumps it behind his own net. Heckel able to throw it back behind the Islanders goalkeeper, and here come the Islanders out with the puck. Tries a long pass, but Klingenstein with a long stick is able to intercept. Dump back in, and here come the Islanders. Klingenstein over into the corner with the puck. Klingenstein still with it behind Vellante. Turns it over, but able to temporarily gain control and get his stick on the puck and get it out. Ruff now dumps in behind the Islanders goalkeeper. Scranton with a forecheck. Still at the Islanders corner. Puck bounds out of the Islanders zone, and Scranton now up with it. Tries to split the defenders, but turns it over. Hanna able to dump it back in. O'Neill races over, dumps it back into the corner. Islanders trying to break it out, finally does. Shoots over Yoon's stick, and Vartanian's chased by a couple Islander players. Yoon trying to get the puck out, unable to do so. O'Neill helps him out. Dumps the puck out, but the Islanders steal it, but they're just content to dump it in the Mid-Fairfield corner. Hanna slashed, turns it over the face-off circle. Puck now loose. Out to the Islanders defenseman at the blue line. Shot, but hits off of an Islander player in front of Vellante. Islanders still with the puck, swarming the Mid-Fairfield net, but there's a turnover. And now there's going to be a penalty on Mid-Fairfield. No, I apologize. No penalty. Looks like the net came off its mooring. So the ref blowing the play dead. So 12:44 left in the first period. No score yet. Win by Middlesex. Shot on Vellante, who's able to glove it. Stop play here. Cullen Correa at the center position. He's got Beck out there with him. And Johnston. And Kakaro up with the puck. Hits the brakes, tries to get it to Johnston, back to Kakaro. Puck's still loose. And Zoo comes up with it. Feathers it off, but a little too high and gets some of the netting. So they're going to stop play here at 12:25 left in the first period. It'll be a face-off just to the left of Vellante. Coach will run with the same group here. He's got Correa at center. Gets real low to the ice. Zoo now up with it. Coccaro chases it over into the corner. Islanders with a good forecheck, pinning mid-Fairfield behind their own net. Johnston now tries to feather it out, but the Islanders back up with it. Johnston now squirms out of his zone with the puck, but is harassed the whole way. Turnover at center ice. Johnston with a frustration hits a couple Islander players on his way out. He's got to be careful there. Turnover, shot, and it's patted to the side. Actually, stick to the side by Volante. Islanders behind Volante. Look out on the face-off circle. Shot right into the stomach of Volante, who's able to stop play here at 11:43 left in the first period. So coach goes for some fresh legs here. He's got Klingenstein out there with Schwartz on D. Heckel, looks like he's got Ruff, and I believe he's out there with him. Ludke's out there with him. Puck take. So something to be wary of on mid-Fairfield's end. Islanders up with the puck. I'll tell you this in a second when we stop play. Still behind Volante. Mid-Fairfield up with the puck. Ruff with a nice play, gets it over to Ludke. Ludke now gets around his defenseman, hits the brakes, tries to throw it out to his defenseman, but overskates it. Islanders in mid-Fairfield going at it behind their net. Puck out to Schwartz, dumps it over into the corner. Puck still loose. Mid-Fairfield up with it. Correa turns around, shoots. The Islander goalkeeper got a shoulder on it to keep it out. Deceptive shot by Correa. Heckel now up with the puck. Loses control, but manages to poke it out to Klingenstein. Big shot off of the pad, loose out in front. Mid-Fairfield loves feeding Klingenstein out on the blue line. He's got a dynamic shot. Schwartz now up with it. Dumps it behind the net. So there's going to be an interference call here, I believe, on the Islanders. So mid-Fairfield will go on their first power play of the day. But just a quick note, if you notice the goal where mid-Fairfield's playing right now, with the Zamboni door, you get some weird angles over there that have befuddled many of mid-Fairfield goaltenders, and they all know it. So you got to keep an eye on the strange angle when puck comes flying into the mid-Fairfield zone. Volante had to deal with one of those just before. So win by mid-Fairfield. They look to set up shop. So Heckel at the point with the puck. Heckel looks for a shooting lane, shoots it, and a save by the Islander goalkeeper in his stomach. So mid-Fairfield's without the services of Yanni Malafis, who's home recuperating right now. So the power play unit's going to look a little different. You got Ludke and Heckel out on D. Got Scranton out there with Johnston and usually Hannah. Win by mid-Fairfield, but it gets by Ludke and Heckel. They're forced deep into their own zone behind their own goalkeeper. Heckel now races across his own blue line, weaves around, tries to gain the zone, and dumps it behind the Islander goalkeeper. Mid-Fairfield able to keep it in temporarily, but nice play by the Islanders to poke it back out. Ludke retreats. Ludke looks up, leaves it for Scranton. Cross center ice. Scranton now gets by three players, by the defenseman. Shot. It's loose out in front. Mid-Fairfield's got to get set up here. Shot by Hannah off the pads of the goalkeeper. Ludke now up with it. Back out to Heckel. Back to Ludke, who pinches in. Another shot off the goalkeeper's stomach. So mid-Fairfield right now has a few shots on net, but all of them have hit the stomach of the Islander goalkeeper. So coach changes out his group here. He's got Correa at center. He's He's got Coccaro and Shores out on D. So it looks like he's got Lucas Ruff out there. Win by Mid-Fairfield, but gets away from Coccaro. Coccaro now into the neutral zone. Gets it back over to Shores. He's got Beck out there as well. Ruff now over to Shores, who tries to feather it to Beck, but a little too strong. So this is just about going to kill off this first power play. Ruff some trouble handling it, but leaves it for Shores, who settles the puck down. Shores tries to hit a long pass, but intercepted by the Islanders. And here they come strong into the Mid-Fairfield zone, but Coccaro there picks up the errant pass. And Shores back up with it. Tries to get it to Ruff. Ruff's hammered into the boards. Puck goes bounding up into the air. Mid-Fairfield back up with it, and Ruff again dumps it into the Islander corner. Good forecheck by Mid-Fairfield, pinning it into the corner, but here come the Islanders now. Big hit by Correa. It's the neutral zone. Islanders up with it. Shot. It's hit off an Islander player. So we're going to have our second call of the game. Looked like an elbowing. So Mid-Fairfield, let's see. So Colin Correa is going to go off at 7:59. Mid-Fairfield's going to go on their first PK of the day. So we got the penalty killers out there of Yoon and O'Neill on D. Heckel is out there with Ludke. Heckel's going to get thrown out here, and Ludke's got to come in. Win by the Islanders, and they set up immediately. Ludke goes right out. But puck got over. They tried a backdoor play, but over Volante's head. Puck's pinned off into the corner. Out to the Islander defenseman who skates along the blue line. Trying to pass it out, unable to do so. Mid-Fairfield steals it temporarily, but here come the Islanders. Back and forth the turnovers go, and Heckel comes up with it into the neutral zone. Heckel now has got one man to beat. Braden Heckel, all by himself, gets a shot on the net and is hauled down by an Islander player. So 7:18. But they're going to call it, yeah, so 7:18. So the Islanders now will be forced to kill off a penalty in a little bit, but they'll skate four aside for a while. Nice play by Braden Heckel drawing that penalty. So Zoo and Coccaro out on D. You've got Hannah out there with Scranton as well. Scranton with a good active forecheck, keeping the Islanders pinned right now. Hannah with a nice play, dislodging the puck. And Islanders are forced back into their own zone. Hannah now gives chase, causes a turnover again. The Islanders just struggling to connect the pass. Coccaro now up with a loose pass. Coccaro fires it back over to Zoo. Mid-Fairfield content to waste some time here. Zoo now across into the neutral zone and dumps it into the Islander zone. So Mid-Fairfield with 40 seconds left of a power play. Mid-Fairfield up with it. Zoo skates around, passes it over to Coccaro. Coccaro looks. Shot by Mid-Fairfield off the pad. I think that was Hannah. Zoo now back up with it, over to Coccaro. Coccaro looks, shoots. It's sticked aside by the Islander goalkeeper. 15 seconds left in the power play. Scranton now up with it. Over to Hannah. Can't connect, cross ice, but Coccaro's there. Penalty is going to expire in 3 seconds. Johnston now up with it, can't connect. Coccaro is able to pick up the rebound. So we're all even now, but Coccaro's still with the puck. Cross ice pass to Scranton. Zoo keeps it in. dumps it into the corner. Zhu keeps it in again. Nice play by Vinny Zhu. But here come the Islanders, finally gain control of the puck. But Mid-Fairfield again with a good forecheck, causing a turnover in the neutral zone. Zhu now passes it up to Reese Johnston and gets it into the Islander corner. Heckel now leaves it for Klingenstein. Big shot off the pad. Schwarz now winds up, shoots, and it goes over into the Islander corner. Mid-Fairfield just trying to feed Klingenstein the puck, but it's turned over back into the neutral zone. Klingenstein collects, tries to skate it through, manages to get the puck into the Islander zone. 4:46 left in the first period. We're all tied up here. Schwarz taps back in. Heckel now with the forecheck. And the puck goes bounding down to the Mid-Fairfield zone. Klingenstein is harassed, but manages to get to the neutral zone. Islanders back in, toe drag. And here comes Ludke. Tries to get by the Islander defenseman, turns it over, but back up with the puck. So Klingenstein manages to get the puck back to his teammate, dumps it for Hanna. Hanna now has an opportunity shot. It's off the Islander goalkeeper, and it goes whistling around the corner. Oh, nice play by Hanna to dislodge the puck. Hanna now up with it, leaves it for Ludke. Shot just a little bit to the near side, unable to hit the net. O'Neill races around, stops the puck from going out. O'Neill pinches in, but here come the Islanders. Yoon now back. Well, let's say we're going to go up. Mid-Fairfield's going to go off here. So there's a hold on, I believe it's going to be on Leo Yoon here. The speedy Islander winger got by him, and he had to pull him down. So 3:20 left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield's going to go, I believe, on their second power play or penalty kill. So out there as the penalty killers, Cullen Correa, you have Zhu, Scranton, and let's see, Kakaro. Islanders set up, shot on Volante, who's able to knock it over the net. Correa now trying to keep the puck into the corner, but Islanders get it out onto the blue line. Somebody's without a stick here. Mid-Fairfield gets the errant shot. Scranton now across center ice. Scranton gains the Islander zone all by himself. Tries to put a shot on, but just loses the handle. Islanders gain the zone immediately, set up, but are harassed by Correa, over skates. Cullen Correa doing a great job to harass, and Zhu is able to force the puck out. Mid-Fairfield goes for a shift change. Kakaro off to the corner, but the Islanders back up with it. Still loose. Oh, nice play there by Beck to knock the puck out of the Mid-Fairfield zone. So shot on Volante, who's able to knock it up into the netting. So at 1:59 left in the first period, 9 seconds left in the penalty to Yoon. Mid-Fairfield's got to just kill this off for a little bit more. We're still scoreless here at Stanford Twin Rinks. So I believe that's Hanna at the face-off circle. Or no, sorry, Johnston. And Johnston's able to throw it out, so slash onto Johnston, but he still maintains control of the puck. Tries to get it to Beck, but nice stick work by the Islanders to prevent that entry pass into the slot. Klingenstein retreats, gives chase behind his own goalkeeper, but the Islanders back up with it. Schwarz and Ruff there trying to contest. Klingenstein now back up with the puck. Good passing out to Ruff that gets it out of the zone. Ruff now across center ice. Ruff now into the center to Johnston, unable to get a shot on. Beck now up with the puck. Beck now skates to the face-off circle, tries to connect, unable to do so, goes off an Islander skate. Puck over to Schwarz from Klingenstein now, who dumps it in. And Schwarz is hammered into the glass. And here come the Islanders. O'Neill now into the corner. Back out to the Islanders defenseman. A nice save by Volante into the stomach. So the penalties expired. 38 seconds left in the first period. Mid-Fairfield 0 and the Islanders 0. So let's see. You've got Heckel out there with Ludke. You've got Yoon and Schwarz out there. And O'Neill. Islanders with a turnover. Trying to get it out to the defenseman, but skips out of the mid-Fairfield zone. Vartanian gives chase. Good forecheck by Vartanian, forcing him back in. And puck tipped into the mid-Fairfield zone. Yoon and O'Neill retreat. O'Neill is there. Hits the brakes. Lets the Islander player go by him, but a steal by the Islanders into the slot, but just unable to connect to his defenseman. 5 seconds left. And that's it for the first period. So we'll take a short break. We're scoreless here at Stanford Twin Rinks, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, and welcome back, folks. We're going to bring you the second period. Hopefully you're able to see this and the audio and video is okay. I haven't heard from any parents yet if they're watching live, so hopefully you're seeing it. Got Owen Hanna at center with Beck and Scranton. Scranton now up with the puck, lifts it up into the air, bounding puck, tried to float it over to Beck. So shot by Scranton onto the Islander goalkeeper. Loose out in front still. Skips over to the corner. Beck gets it out to his defenseman, Zoo, who winds up. It's tipped. Mid-Fairfield just trying to get sticks. And the Islanders content to throw it the length of the ice, and that'll be an icing at 4:25 left in the second period. So we want to thank our parent volunteers. So we've got Mr. Heckel here on camera. So any complaints about the visual aspect of the broadcast should be directed towards him. So Mr. Scranton taking a break, a well-needed, deserved break. So win by the Islanders over into their corner. Mid-Fairfield contesting out to the Mid-Fairfield defenseman who taps it back in. Klingenstein forced to retreat, unable to get his full stick on it. Loose and tipped out by Correa out to center ice. Correa now gets it to Johnston and turns it over at the Islander blue line. Excuse me, folks. Driven back into the mid-Fairfield net. Klingenstein up with it, tries to skate it out, but turns it over at his own blue line to the Islanders. They lose the puck, and Correa comes up with it. Correa with a shot, and it's off the goalie's glove. So Cullen Correa already with two pretty good shots, scoring opportunities so far, but Islander goalkeeper has been up to the task so far. 13:37 left in the second period. We're all still knotted up here. So you've got O'Neill and Yoon out on D. Heckel at the center position with Ludke and Vartanian as his wings. So win by Mid-Fairfield, back to O'Neill. Just dumps it into the Islander corner. Heckel gives chase. Still high up on the glass, and the Islanders are able to float it out, and it hits Coach Letty. So Letty taking one for the team there. So you're looking live at Coach Letty shaking that one off. So some excellent camera work by Mr. Heckel here. So Coach will go with the same group. Islanders win. O'Neill able to poke it back to Ludke, loses control of it. Nice forecheck by Heckel, causing temporary turnover. The Islander player gets by Yoon out in front. Oh, they had the wing open there for a second, but unable to connect. Heckel now up with the puck. Tries to get by his defenseman. Nice poke check by the Islander defenseman, and here's a turnover. O'Neill able to throw it back in. Heckel's there. Heckel now has it pinned up against the boards. O'Neill pinches in. Ludke with a big hit. And the Islanders just throw it out of their zone. Yoon circles around with the puck, taps it off the boards, but right back to the Islanders, who then turn it over to Hanna. Hanna now tries to skate between about three players. Hanna now with the puck behind the boards. And the Islanders just throw it out, but I think they might have feathered this enough so there's no icing. No icing. Kakaro leaves it for Yoon, who's immediately harassed. Puck turned over, but luckily Yoon there to pick up his turnover, but the puck driven back into the mid-Fairfield zone. Kakaro and Scranton give chase. Kakaro unable to get it out. Puck pinned behind Volante. Islanders up with it. They turn, and puck just went right through the crease in mid-Fairfield. Nobody saw it. Islanders still up with the puck. Back out to their own D. Cross-ice pass, D to D pass. Islanders, another long pass. Scranton got a stick on it, just enough to cause the player to have to fumble around with it for a second, and now it's pinned into the corner. Finally loose to Kakaro. Tries to connect to Beck, but a little bit too far. And the Islanders force it back in. Kakaro now into the corner. Who gets it to Beck. Beck tries to hit Scranton. Islanders with a steal. Harassed by Hanna with a forecheck. Hanna now temporarily causes a turnover, but the Islanders recovered the puck. Mid-Fairfield with a very strong forecheck so far today. Cullen Correa is going to go off here, I believe, for a trip. just got his leg out. He made a good play, but just got his leg out a little too far, and the ref was watching him. So at 10:32, Mid-Fairfield's going to go on the penalty kill again here. So Cray heads to the box for 1:30. So Klingenstein's out there with Schwarz. Johnston and Ruff are the penalty killers. So win by the Islanders out to their blue line, D-to-D pass. Islanders immediately getting set up here. Klingenstein retreats. Tries to pin the puck, but it squirts out loose. Islanders back out with it to their defenseman. D-to-D pass again. Tries to hit a streaking winger, but a little too far. Again, the defenseman now with a shot off of Klingenstein's skate. Islander player just tapped it in on Volante, who's able to stop play here at 9:58. 57 seconds left in the penalty to Correa. So coach will go for some wholesale changes here. He's got O'Neill, Ludke, Heckel out there. And Zhu is the fourth player. Heckel with a steal. Heckel's got a breakaway here, uses his shoulder and is hauled down, but no call. Islanders back up with the puck. 37 seconds still left in the penalty to Correa, and now the puck's pinned behind Volante. O'Neill keeps it there, but finally the Islanders are able to break it out. Out to their defenseman, blue line pass, shot, and Volante is able to glove it. 20 seconds left in the penalty, 9:21 left in the second period. So coach goes for a change here. He's got Caccaro and Yoon out there with Hanna and Scranton up front. So Hanna at the faceoff circle. Win by the Islanders out to their defenseman. Harassed immediately by Scranton, who's able to pin it in. Scranton with a nice play. Islanders had things set up, but Scranton foiled those plans out at the blue line, but shot way high. And that'll just about kill off the penalty here. So we're skating even, but Islanders up with the puck. So Beck skates in. Islanders still with the puck. Tip off of Scranton. Islanders right out in front of Volante, but goes to his side. Still loose, but Mid-Fairfield up with it. Hanna now throws the puck out to Yoon. Yoon up with it. Tries a long pass, unable to connect to Scranton, but there was actually a shot on the Islander goalkeeper. And puck now back into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Icing is waved off, and Caccaro is pushed down from behind. So Mid-Fairfield's going to go on the power play here. Matty Caccaro retreated behind Volante to pick up the puck, and the Islander player just shoved him from behind. So at 9:20 left in the second period, Mid-Fairfield to go on a power play here. So Johnston will be out there with Heckel and Ludke and Ruff. So Lucas Ruff getting some first power play team opportunities here. And Caccaro joins them as well. So win by Mid-Fairfield. And they set up, shot by Heckel to the near side. Doesn't hit the net. Puck back out to Caccaro, tries to gain control. He's got it out to Johnston. Back out to Caccaro up at the point. Over to Heckel. Big shot! And Braden Heckel beats the Islander goalkeeper. So Mid-Fairfield cashes in right away. 9:01 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield goes up 1-0 on the power play goal. So Heckel goes and taps the goalie's glove from Mid-Fairfield, Volante. And Mid-Fairfield goes up 1-0. So Heckel now, Heckel's not satisfied, still keeps going after the puck. Forces the puck out to Ludke, tries to get it back up to Heckel. Ludke still with the puck, but dumps it behind the Islanders goalkeeper. Ruff now gives chase. Ludke now and Ruff with a good forecheck. Correa now onto the ice, tips it into the corner. Ludke now, I think, broke somebody's stick. Ludke plays an aggressive style of hockey and just broke somebody's stick, but the Islanders with a 2-on-1 developing out in front, saved by Vellante. So Vellante with a big save off his pad. The puck goes up in the air and he snaps it out of the air with his glove. 7:20 left. So Vellante with a nice save there to keep the Islanders off the board. Correa now at center. So win by the Islanders. Shot, and it's patted to the side by Vellante. Islanders up with the puck. But forced out of the zone by mid-Fairfield, and here comes Correa. Puck's now loose in the Islanders zone. Yoon now up with it. Yoon just throws a puck on net, unable to hit it. Went off of, I believe, Beck's skates. Islanders try to skate it out. Cross center ice. Islander player whiffs on it, but then is able to get a stick on it, force it in. And mid-Fairfield's content to just throw it out of their zone. Collision with Zoo. Kakaro gets there luckily and just tries to feather it over. Islanders keep it in the zone. Kakaro with the turnover, picks over the turnover. The Islanders are able to force it back in. Johnston now up with it. Turnover in the corner though. Squirts out to the Islander defenseman. Cross ice pass. Shot, and it's patted to the side by Vellante. Another shot that goes right through the crease. Puck loose out in front. Nice play there by mid-Fairfield. That was Owen Hanna with a good poke check, and then shoves the player to the ground. Puck's loose out in front. Scranton had it. He just didn't look like he could get his stick on it to flip it over the goalkeeper, but the puck got loose right into the slot, and the Islanders just throw it the length of the ice. And there'll be an icing at 5:09 left in the second period. Mid-Fairfield's up 1-0. So Hanna will go to the center position. You got Scranton out there with Vartanian. O'Neill and Yoon out on D. Hanna at the center. Win by mid-Fairfield. Backhanded shot by Scranton. Puck is still loose. Vartanian shoved to the ice. Vartanian working hard along the boards. Puck's still loose. Yoon tries to steal it. Puts it right on the Islanders' stick. And the Islanders lose control in the neutral zone. So there'll be another icing here at 4:44 left in the second period. So coach switches out his defense. He's got Klingenstein and Schwarz out there. He's got Scranton and Vartanian. And Hanna, the scrum on the ice. Mid-Fairfield still contesting. Scranton now battling for the puck. Scranton still up with the puck. Out to Klingenstein. Big shot off the goalkeeper, who's able to secure his own rebound. So Mid-Fairfield with a couple of scoring chances there, but unable to bury it. 4:24 left in the second period. Coach keeps the same defenseman out there, Klingenstein and Schwarz. He's got Hanna and Scranton and Vartanian out there. Win by Mid-Fairfield. Puck is forced out of the Islander zone. Schwarz now up with it. Schwarz taps it in, and there's going to be an icing. Schwarz was about a foot or two before the center red line, so that's going to be an icing on Mid-Fairfield. 4:14 left in the second period. So I believe he's got, Coach has got Zoo out there with Kakaro on the D. Ruff is out there with Ludke and Heckel. Ludke races over, tries to steal the puck, but Islanders still with it out in front to Ruff. Mid-Fairfield's able to just force it out, and here comes Heckel, races down. Islander defenseman gets there first, but Ludke picks it up, shot, save by the blocker of the Islander goalkeeper. Mid-Fairfield still with the puck. Ludke's got it, leaves it for Ruff. Ruff puts it on, but it hits the netting. Ludke's still working with Ruff. Out to Kakaro. Kakaro over to Zoo. Zoo winds up, but hits it off the Islander player. Bounding puck, and the Islanders just throw it out of their zone. Zoo retreats, tries to throw it out of his own zone. And there'll be an offside here. So with 3:18 left in the second period, Mid-Fairfield up 1-0. So you've got Beck out there with Correa and Johnston. O'Neill and Yoon out on D. Yoon now up with it. Tries to get it over to Beck. A little too strong off the boards, but Beck with a nice play. Correa races down into the corner. And Johnston's there. Leaves it for Yoon. Yoon with a shot. Misses the net. Mid-Fairfield still racing to the puck. Beck now back up with it. Leaves it for O'Neill, who taps it back into the corner. Johnston now back up with it. Nice poke check by the Islander player. Throws it out. O'Neill keeps it in. Still loose out in front. Beck fighting for possession of the puck. And out of the Islanders zone. O'Neill now up with it. And back over to the Islanders. Cross ice pass, way too strong, but it goes off the boards. The Islanders race down there with Beck. Beck gets there first, but turns the puck over. You now back up with it. Beck now over to Correa. Over to Johnston. Shot just a little too strong. Loose puck now that Yoon's got at center ice. Tries to feather it. But the Islanders back up with it. Long pass, and the Islanders have a breakaway. Oh, and it hit off the bar, the crossbar, I believe. So Mid-Fairfield dodging a bullet there. Battle in the corner. Puck's loose. Schwarz has it. Hits the brakes. But unable to connect with his stick. Now out into the slot. Islanders out in front. So it looked like Vellante made a save, but then the puck was loose in the crease. And it looks like, I think Vellante was able to get a glove on it and stop play here at 1:13 left in the second period. So the Islanders with a couple of golden scoring opportunities here looking to tie it up, but Mid-Fairfield able to dodge a bullet twice. So Hanna at the center position. He's got Klingenstein off his shoulder. He's got Schwarz out there with Vartanian and Scranton. Klingenstein taps it over, a little too strong. Has to retreat. Klingenstein back up with it, but the Islanders steal the pass. Islanders look to set up here. out to their defenseman, who wanted to pinch in, but an errant pass goes to Scranton. And here comes Hanna now, who races down the ice. He's got one guy to beat. An Islander defenseman with a beautiful play to dislodge the puck. Islanders trying these home run passes, trying to beat the Mid-Fairfield defenseman, but so far Mid-Fairfield wise to it. Klingenstein with a long reach causes a poke check, causes the puck loose. Still a battle. And Scranton now up with it. Loses the puck. And there's a battle right near the Mid-Fairfield bench. Puck's still loose. But Scranton now comes up with it. Scranton's got one guy to beat. And that's the period. So at the end of 2, it's Mid-Fairfield 1, the Middlesex Islanders 0. And so we've got one period left to go. We'll be right back at it. Okay, and welcome back for the third and final period. Mid-Fairfield's up 1-0. And win by Mid-Fairfield. Zoo over to Kakaro. Kakaro gets it over to Ludke. Ludke now beats his defenseman and shot off the Islander goalkeeper. Bounces out. Mid-Fairfield still up with the puck. Zoo winds up, throws it into the corner. Kakaro pinches it in to tap it back into the Islander corner. You got Ludke behind the net. Ludke out to Zoo. Zoo winds up and shot off the Islander goalkeeper. Islanders just trying to get it out of their own zone. Mid-Fairfield doing a good job pinning it back in. Ruff now out there, harassing the Islander players. High up into the air. Zoo tries to field it. Turnover by Mid-Fairfield. So Kakaro scoops up the puck, gets it to Ludke. Ludke tries to leave it for Correa, and he does. Correa loses the handle, though, at center ice. Islanders back up with the puck. Just turn it back over. Both teams struggling to maintain possession of the puck, and Vellante uses his stick, but turnover by Kakaro, shot, and Vellante is able to field it and stop play here at 13:31. So both teams really struggling to maintain possession of the puck. And their goalies so far are helping out the teams here. So coach changes out his group here. He's got Correa at center. He's out there with Johnston and Beck. Yoon gives chase into the corner. And O'Neill now is able to settle things down. Gets it out to Beck, who's hammered by the Islander player. Beck's slow to get up, but does. Islanders back into the Mid-Fairfield zone. Toe drag. Nice play by the Mid-Fairfield defenders to get a stick on it. Islanders back up with it at the blue line. off a bunch of players. Yoon just trying to throw it out of the zone. Does to Hannah. Johnston now up with the puck across the blue line. He's got Beck with him. Johnston backhand, and the Islander goalkeeper is able to secure it against his chest. 12:37 left in the third period. So coach changing out. He's got Hannah out there with Scranton and Vartanian, Schwarz and Klingenstein out there. Players are all over the puck at the face-off circle, but Islanders are able to steal it across center ice. Schwarz now leaves it for Klingenstein, tries to feather it off and is able to get it out of the zone. But they throw it right back in. Klingenstein gives chase, hits the brakes, tries a pass. Both teams just keep turning it over back and forth to each other. Islanders back up with it at the blue line. Schwarz now tries to get things settled down over to Klingenstein. Islanders with the steal. Klingenstein with that long reach is trying to keep them from connecting, though, and does. Islanders still with the puck, though. Hannah trying to help out his defensive teammates, but Islanders up with the puck into the slot. Shot off of Volante's glove, high up into the air. And mid-Fairfield, out of frustration, just throws the puck the length of the ice. Islanders doing a good job pinning it in the mid-Fairfield zone here. So Heckel's out there with center. I believe he's got Ruff. And Ludke. Ruff now chips it along the boards. Ruff now gets his own chip. Heckel wisely keeps it out until everyone gets back on side. Mid-Fairfield now, Kakaro with the puck. Dumps it into the corner to Ludke. Kakaro races there, but unable to secure it before it exits the Islander zone. And turnover by mid-Fairfield. And Heckel's able to force it back in. Johnston now up with the puck behind the Islander goalkeeper. Pinned over into the corner. Islanders with the steal. High up into the air, and it's going to actually go off the ceiling. So mid-Fairfield will get a face-off in the Islander zone. 9:58 left in the third period. Mid-Fairfield up 1-0. Correa at center. He's got Johnston out there. And Beck, Yoon and O'Neill out on D. Win by the Islanders. Islanders look to break it out. Poke check by O'Neill. Johnston tries to give it to O'Neill, just fires it into the Islander zone. So at 9:38 left, there's going to be an icing on mid-Fairfield. So Klingenstein and Schwarz come out. We've got Correa, Johnston, and Beck out there. Win by the Islanders. Dump it behind Volante. It takes a strange bounce, though, like we talked before. Fairfield able to sweep it away. Shot, but on the near side of Volante. Correa gets it over to Klingenstein, tries to get it to Beck, but it's turned over. The Islanders in the slot, doesn't hit the net. Nice play by Volante with his stick to swat it over into the corner. Islanders back up with it. Out in front of Volante, save with a pad, Volante. Islanders still with the puck through the crease. Mid-Fairfield able to sweep it out, and here comes Johnston to contest. Islanders look to reload. Mid-Fairfield went for a shift change. Shot on Volante. Mid-Fairfield was shorthanded there for a second. Islanders back up with it. They're still hunting a goal. Puck is loose. Still loose. Out front of Volante. And they beat Volante, who was down on the ice. So the Islanders have tied it up here. 9:24 left. Mid-Fairfield and the Islanders are all tied up, one apiece. So Volante had gone down to the ice to try to make a save. Only an Islander player out in front of him and just chipped it right over him. So Mid-Fairfield's going to have to earn this one, the last 9:24 left. You got Correa out at center with Vartanian and Scranton. Vartanian up with the puck, leaves it for Zoo. Zoo to Kakaro. Doesn't get his full stick on it, and the Islanders are able to force it back in. Puck into the corner. And somehow Hanna comes out with it, gets it to Scranton. Scranton with a full head of speed. Scranton now up with it, tries to feather it over to Hanna, unable to connect. Out in front, he had Scranton there for a second, but the Islanders with a steal. They race into the neutral zone, tap it by Zoo. Zoo and Kakaro are there, but the Islanders again get to that 50-50 puck. Still a battle along the glass. Got Scranton over there digging at the puck, trying to loosen it. Zoo now somehow comes up with it. He's harassed by an Islander player, hits the brakes and goes the other way. But it's turned over right in the face-off circle. Puck wildly goes over to Hanna. And Fairfield avoided one there. And the Islanders again gain the zone. And there's a shot off of Kakaro's stick that goes into the netting. So it's 7:02. We're tied up here, one apiece. So Lutke's going to come out with Heckel and Ruff up front. And I believe you have Yoon and O'Neill out here on D, and the ref is signaling that he was unhappy with that drop. They're going to reload here. So Heckel at center, win. Yoon now throws it off the boards, gets it out to Ruff, who tries to get it to Ludke, just a little too strong, so there's going to be an icing on Mid-Fairfield. 5:51 left in the third period. So coach will go to the same lineup. So Heckel at the face-off circle. Win by Middlesex. Quick shot, and it goes off of Yoon, who's shaking his hand. But Ruff picks up the loose change and dumps it into the Islanders' goal, or into the Islanders' area. Heckel now with Ruff behind the Islanders' goalkeeper. Ruff still with the puck, and he's hammered into the boards. Big hit by Ludke, but here come the Islanders. Behind Volante, and Mid-Fairfield up with the puck, tries to feather it to Ludke. So, again, both teams just struggling to put passes together here, losing possession. And they're going to take it at the center ice. 5:04 left. You've got Hannah at center with Johnston and Scranton. Klingenstein and Schwarz out on D. Puck squirts by Klingenstein, but Schwarz is there to help out his teammate. Johnston up with the puck, but loses it. Shot, and it's sticked aside by Volante. So both teams with many scoring opportunities here, but the goalies have stood tall so far today. So Hannah at the face-off. Win by Middlesex. The Islanders have the puck. Dump it into the corner, but Klingenstein, thought he was going to have Johnston there for a second, but unable to connect. Islanders back up with it into the slot, unable to handle it cleanly. Islanders are going to have a great shot on Volante, but just unable to handle it cleanly in the slot, but out in front, the side of the net. Hannah up with it, but it's turned over to the Islanders. Puck was loose there for a second. Volante had made a save, but unable to secure it. But now Schwarz back up with it. Cross ice to Scranton. Scranton trying to split the defenders. Scranton is hauled down. And so Mid-Fairfield's going to go on a power play here with 4:58 left in the third period. Kai Scranton using that speed to split the Islanders defenseman. So coach will put out his first power play unit. He's got Ludke and Heckel out there with Scranton. Let's see, is that Johnston? And Hannah. Hannah now up with the puck. Hannah looks in the front. He had Scranton there for a second, but unable to get a stick down on it. Heckel now has to retreat in his own zone. Heckel circles around looking for some open areas, leaves it for Ludke. Ludke skates it through. Ludke now turns it over, but leaves it out in front by Heckel. Too high. Mid-Fairfield back up with the puck. Over to Scranton. Back over to Heckel. Big shot. Loose out in front, but only the Islander players are there. Johnston now across to Heckel. Heckel with a shot off the Islanders player. So both teams selling out here to stop shots on their goalkeepers, and the Islanders players limping to the bench a little bit. Leo Yoon also took a shot that stung. So coach sends out the second power play unit, 44 seconds left. Win by Correa out to Kakaro. He's got Zoo over on the other side. Good forecheck by the Islanders. Ruff now tries to feather it to Correa, unable to do so. They're pinned off into the corner. Kakaro now retreats. Kakaro gets it over to Correa, but the puck's turned over, and the Islanders have the puck. Kakaro races back. Kakaro with a nice play, sweeping the puck away from the streaking Islander player. Islanders are going to have a shorthanded opportunity. Zoo now pinches in, hits the brakes, reverses course. Zoo now still up with the puck. Correa now up with it. Penalties expired. Pinned off into the corner. And here come the Islanders. They're going to have a 2-on-1 after Zoo pinched in. Oh, too high. Kakaro taking a good angle there. Cut down the scoring opportunity for the Islanders. Still loose out in front. But Mid-Fairfield again avoids disaster there. Puck squirts off the blue line. Islanders lose control and just content to dump it in behind Volante. Zoo now races around, hits the brakes. Hits it off the boards, and he had Ludke there who leaves it for Johnston. Johnston now with a backhand, unable to get it on the front of the net. Still loose out in front. Scrum out in front. Puck still loose. O'Neill retreats. Oh, he had Yoon there. O'Neill with a shot. Goes off the Islander goalkeeper. Still loose. Mid-Fairfield doing a good job getting a few scoring chances. Johnston with a shot. Unable to hit the net, but Heckel's there. Puck still loose on the side of the Islander goalkeeper. The Islanders are just content to throw it out. 2 minutes even left. Yoon races back but falls down. Heckel doesn't see that he threw him the pass, so there's a turnover to the Islanders who throw it back out. Johnston with a nice play to field the puck, but promptly turns it over to the Islanders. Islanders now back up with the puck through the neutral zone, cross center ice. And Yoon forces an offside with a sweeping stick there. So 1:34 left. We're all tied up here. So Hannah at the center position with Scranton and Ruff. Klingenstein and Schwarz out on D. Oh, Hannah with a steal, but loses control of the puck. So Mid-Fairfield now into the Islander corner, contesting the puck. Ruff leaves it for Hannah, was unable to get it on his stick, still loose out in front. Klingenstein pinches in, throws the puck in there, but it's off an Islander player. Schwarz is forced to retreat into the neutral zone with the puck. Leaves it for Scranton. Scranton toe drags around one player, loses the handle. 59 seconds left. Puck still contested into the corner. Islanders up with it now behind their own goalkeeper. Nice play by Hannah, forcing the puck back in. And the Islanders just throw it the length of the ice. And there's going to be an icing with 35 seconds left. Mid-Fairfield will have a chance here. So the benches are going to call timeout here. Coaches want to talk this over for a second. All right, sorry about that, folks. Just needed a drink of water. So, Mr. Heckel giving you a look at the Islander bench, Islander goalkeeper. These teams are well familiar with each other. They've played together for many, many years in the EHF. Islanders are a well-coached team. So Greg's just drawing up a few things on the whiteboard, sends his players back out onto the ice. So he's got Heckel out there with Hannah and Ludke, Scranton and Johnston. So even though it's not a power play, he's going with his power play unit out there with 35 seconds left. Hannah at the faceoff. Win by the Islanders, who control behind their net. Puck thrown into the mid-Fairfield zone. No icing because it's tipped off a mid-Fairfield player. Loose out in front. And here comes Ludke with a full head of steam across center ice. Ludke gains the zone. Oh, he had Johnston there for a second. Mid-Fairfield just trying to keep it in. 12 seconds left. And the Islanders are just content to throw it out. And there's going to be an icing there. So Mid-Fairfield will have the last face-off in the Islander zone. 7 seconds left. Coach is going to keep the same group out there. coaches yelling out some last-minute instructions to the Islanders. Win by the Islanders, and that'll just about do it. What Scranton comes up with the last second, and that's it, folks. So this is going to end in a tie. So we will be back tonight or this afternoon at a little after 2 o'clock. So we will see you then, folks. Thank you for tuning in.
Press the like button. You're not soliciting anything?
No.